I recently discovered that my husband had an affair over 6 years ago. That started when I was to mow postpartum and eventually resulted in his AP getting pregnant. Now I want to leave him. TLDR. My husband cheated on me years ago right after I gave birth to our first child. Got his ex pregnant and hid it from me for years. Now that I know the truth, I want out. My 30F husband 31M cheated on me 6 years ago with his ex, aka the mother of his first child. He got her pregnant during their affair and she kept the child. He hid this from me for years. When I finally found out about the baby, he told me that she has sexually assaulted him and he was ashamed about it, so he kept it a secret. He started reaching out to attorneys to file charges, but never followed through with anything. He swore up and down he was innocent and never admitted to an affair. I know I'm an idiot, but I was young and naive. I stayed with him simply because I had just had our second baby shortly before I found out, and I was terrified of being a single mother to 2 kids and no job. I had nowhere to go. I felt trapped. It felt easier at the time to stay. Backstory: we have been together for 9 years and have 2 children together. In the past, I had caught him sexting with girls and was never secure in our relationship because of the way he treated me. Honestly, there were dozens of red flags in the beginning, but I chose to ignore them because I was young and in love. Not even 2 years into dating and we got pregnant. He proposed to me and I assumed things would change, but they didn't. I always worried he was still being unfaithful, but I never had any evidence to support my suspicions, and any time I would ask him, he would obviously deny. When our first child was about a year old, I got a message on social media from his ex-our baby mama's ex-boyfriend. He told me that he had found evidence that my partner and her had been having an affair, and that she had gotten pregnant by him. I confronted my partner and he convinced me that she was crazy and lying. He swore up and down he would never cheat. They always had a very strained parenting relationship. We're in and out of court battling for custody. We even ended up filing bankruptcy at one point because the attorney fees racked up. I never in a million years would have actually thought he would cheat on me with her of all people, given how rocky their relationship always was in my eyes. We even got married while she was pregnant because I had no idea. I obviously never would have married him had I known. I asked him about this for years because it never sat right with me. I would bring it up often and he would always reassure me that he did not cheat on me. He has no contact with her or their 2 children BTW. I just got him to finally admit the truth to me at the beginning of this year, that he did indeed have an affair and his SA excuse was bullshit. For 2 months after getting him to admit that, he continued to swear it was a one-time thing. I knew he was lying and I kept pressing him. Finally, this week, he admitted they had an affair off and on for almost a year, starting when I was just 2 months postpartum with our first child together. I am so disgusted with him and his actions, and I feel like an idiot for not knowing when it was going on. What were some of the most challenging moments of my life? Becoming a mother, recovering from birth, and adjusting to this new body. He was out there putting his dick in his ex. The way he cheated on me for months and was sleeping with us both at the same time, right after I just had our first child together. The way I asked him about it 30 times over the course of years, and he just kept insisting he would never do that to me. He had years and plenty of opportunities to come clean, but he chose to lie and hide it for as long as he could. How do you lie to someone like that for so long and not feel like a terrible person? I want a divorce. Am I crazy for wanting a divorce years after the fact? This man does not respect me. He swears up and down that he's changed and he's not that same person anymore. But I don't want to waste more of my time with him only to do this dance again years later after wasting even more time. It's like I had an epiphany and I realized I no longer have that same love for him anymore. It has fizzled out so much over the years, especially after him finally confirming my suspicions. Our whole relationship feels like it was built on a lie now. Not to mention, we are not physical or affectionate with each other anymore. We haven't been for years. He doesn't understand why I am wanting a divorce so many years later. He says he was young and dumb but claims he is still in love with me and hasn't cheated again. But how am I supposed to trust that? I'm scared for the future. We just bought a house last year that I can't afford without him. And if we sell it now, we will likely end up owing money that we don't have. I feel trapped once again. I mourn for my kids when they find out. I don't want my kids' lives being uprooted. I'm not sure if I'm looking for advice or validation, or maybe someone who has been in a similar situation can chime in. I feel like I got lost in the sunk cost fallacy and wasted so many of my years. My life feels so royally fucked up and I'm angry with myself for being his doormat for so long. I wish I left years ago.